Yeah, good morning, Bangalore. We'll get it started on time. It's just because we want to end this on time. And then today we are also being co-hosted by Chennai and Hyderabad ACES from their respective regions. And today's event is about limitless cross-company collaboration, which is Jira versus X. That X can be any of the platforms like ERP or CRM platforms, or even Jira to Jira, right? It's a better way of collaborating. And we have speakers and SMEs from Xcelate today. So I'll introduce you to them shortly. I will quickly run you through the agenda for today. So one is ice breaking, then we'll have limitless cross-company collaboration session from Xcelate, and we'll have a group photo, and then at the end we'll have networking and lunch. Okay, and is this me or you? Me. Okay. So who are we? So we are the largest Atlassian community in Asia Pacific, and as of today morning, 7:45, we were 1,677 members, and we are continuing to grow. And this is the these are the co-leaders of Bangalore community. Vishnu, who's not here today, and then we have Nagaraju, who's right there, and then it's me, Girish. So we also run a SOS WhatsApp group. Again, I say it's an SOS. It's not, don't use us like a chat GPT where you'll ask us all these silly questions. Hey, how do I create a sprint? How do I delete a sprint, right? It is definitely not that. And sometimes we continue to remain silent because, we want you to use a real community, which is community.atlassian.com, right? So this is just an SOS where imagine you are running a server version still, which you're not supposed to, but still on server, or if you are on a data center, then you try to change system parameters, you rebooted, and now it's not coming up. Those are the scenarios where you would use us, and one of the experts will jump into the conversation and help you out. Okay. And if you would like to join us, please send an email to bangalore_india@atlassiancommunity.com. And do not forget to mention your name, your company, and your phone number so that we can add you to the group. Okay. And now can you go one slide back, please? Thank you. So now we'll just pass the mic so that you can quickly introduce about yourself. Who are you? And what's your relationship with Atlassian? And in case if you are still not an Atlassian user, it's still fine. You can just say, I've come here to learn. Okay. But please be brief. You can use maybe 30 seconds to quickly introduce. So I'll start from me. So this is Girish. So I work for an Atlassian partner called Microgenesis. So I head the technical services team. I have an overall IT experience of 2 decades. So that's me. And Atlassian Stack, I have worked for over 14 years now. Thank you.
Yeah, so hi, this is Amrit, and I am having also 13 years experience. Atlassian is also having 10 years experience on Atlassian products.
Hello. Yeah, hi everyone. This side Akhan. I'm work with Walmart, and means with Atlassian, I have used the product Jira only in the sprint and for the automation of the other tickets. So I'm having experience of 6 years. Thank you.
Everyone, good morning. Myself Navneet. So I have around 9 years IT experience, and currently I'm working as a IoT network infrastructure specialist in Coke Industries, and I have been using Atlassian from last 2 years. Thank you.
Hi, good morning all. My name is Vaibhav Bharti. I am working in Siemens as a software developer. And this is my first event with Atlassian, and I come here for learning and to make connections. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gaurav. I work at STL Digital, and I'm here to learn about the Atlassian committee.
I am Rohit, founder at Pinwheel Robotics, and currently we are using Bitbucket and we are supporting other products.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Amar Prusti. I work as a hybrid cloud architect with DXC Technologies. I have around 20 plus years of experience. So I am a Jira and a Confluence user.
Hi everyone, my name is Jayant. I work for Merck as a solution architect and my background is from Salesforce developer.
Hi everyone, I'm Vivek. I work as a Atlassian consultant for a gold partner. It's Strategics. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Kamlesh. I'm working as a security engineer at Navi and I have total 3 years of experience and we are using the Atlassians from like 3 years.
Hello everyone, my name is Srinivas. I am working for OnMobile. We are using Atlassian from the last 15 years.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Murli. I work as lead in Cadence. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Viresh and I'm working with EY. Currently working with Jira around 5 years and looking for more tools on Jira.
Good morning, everyone. I am Abhiram, working as a software engineer at HCL. So I'm not yet graduated. And I've been working in HCL from past 1 year on testing. And my friends work on Jira and Confluent. Thank you.
Myself, Ashish Patel. I'm a software engineer at Intel Labs and I'm here to learn.
Hi, this is Vikas. I work with Global Logic and I am working as a data engineer and like we are regular user of that Atlassian product, Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket and mostly.
Hi, I'm Philippe. I'm visiting from New York. I'm an enterprise product manager in FinTech, and I am also part of the Atlassian community group in New York.
Hi all, good morning. Prabhat here from Bosch. Okay, we are the one of the largest customer of Atlassian and Confluence. So yeah, that's what from his side.
Hi, I'm Shanawaz. So I'm basically agile coach. So from past 10 years, I'm using Jira as a collaboration tool, and then in Confluence for documentation, and even Jira Align. So more products are looking for. Yeah.
Hello, good morning. This is Lokesh. I work for Dell and I have been associated with Atlassian stack tools for past 14 plus years. And as usual, I'm excited to know new features in every event. Thank you.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Ruxana. I'm from ANZ and I lead operations at ANZ.
Hello, good morning. This is Manohar, running a fintech startup in Bangalore. Hi, good morning to all. I'm Malikojna from MSN. I'm working as a developer and we have been using Atlassian products. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Shweta here. I work as a business analyst and I'm a Jira user. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. This is Mohit. We work for TCS as an Atlassian SME. That's it.
Hi all, myself Anju. I'm working as an Atlassian SME in TCS. And I'm using Atlassian Stack for more than 11 years now.
Hello, myself Alok. So I work as an automation engineer in Health Assist. So I am here to learn what Atlassian provides for automation and those.
I myself Virendra, working in ANZ and I'm using Atlassian products from past 10 years.
Hi everyone, good morning. Myself Balakrishna. I work in ANZ. We are using Atlassian.
Hey everyone, so my name is Nagaraju. I am working in ANZ as a service manager
and I have almost like 11 years of experience in Atlassian tools. And I'm one of the co-lead for Atlassian Community Bangalore. Yeah. And then we have speakers today. And
hi guys, I'm Deepak. I'm the account executive at Excelate, and I take care of sales for the APAC region for the organization. I have over a decade of experience in sales in total, and probably worked in almost every industry so far. So yeah, nice to meet you all. Thanks for coming.
Hello everyone, I am Dhiren and I'm working as a pre-sales engineer with Excelate. So I've got around 2 years of experience, and yeah, thank you so much for joining and coming.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your introduction. I think we are early by maybe 14 minutes until our tea break. So I think I want to quickly engage. If you have any learnings or any story with respect to Atlassian, or if you have any doubts, questions, we're here to take it. Nagaraj.
Recently, yesterday or day before yesterday, I got a mail from Atlassian saying Atlassian Intelligence. I'm not sure. I couldn't go through that. Maybe we could throw some light on that so that all of us are aware of what is the next in the pipeline from Atlassian products.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure. Currently, Atlassian Intelligence is a good question. So Atlassian Intelligence is in a beta stage right now, and or you can also call it as EAP, Early Access Program. So it was announced during the Team 23 event, and basically, as of now, you can certainly sign up for Early Access Program, and if you're lucky, you get an invite, and your instance will have the Atlassian Analytics enabled. The Atlassian Intelligence enabled. So what it does is primarily, it has different dimensions. So if I talk from the Atlassian Intelligence for JSM, Jira Service Management. So one, it can give you a bot, right? A virtual agent where your customers or your internal employees can even have a conversational chat, right? I need a laptop replacement. There's a beautiful demo. Probably I'll share the link with the, in our WhatsApp group. You can go through it. It's a 40-minute odd video, and it has very detailed demo of what is coming, right? So just to give you a summary of that, one, the chat agent, right? And then that gets converted to a ticket. Then if you want, if you have seen Chat GPT, this is not based on Chat GPT, but then if you have seen Chat GPT, right? I want to draw a new table with 4 columns. Immediately that table comes up in your comment section, right? And then if you write an email response and you want to change the tone of that email response, whether, maybe you sound angry, right? When you start typing, like a user asks you for a system replacement, and you can just say, if you're angry and not in a good mood, you just tend to say, no, you'll not get it, right? Versus if you now want to mellow down that tone, you can use that functionality where it will rephrase your sentence and make it very subtle and peaceful for a user who is reading that message. So those are there. And then along with the automation, you can set reminders, send reminders. You can do so many things, right? And then especially with respect to box responses and things like that, right? So, and it also has multiple languages. It's supporting, I think, around 21 languages as of now. So your responses can be converted to any language which is supported as of now. So there is a lot more features. So you have to see the video so you can get, I don't have every feature on top of my mind. It's not just in Jira. You can also use these functionalities in Confluence. For example, a meeting notes, right? Both of you are doing collaborative editing. Now from that editing, let's say you are basically putting in your comments in the meeting, Now the AI bot can automatically detect action items, and it can start saying, user A, this is the action item. For Girish, this is the action item. Right? So this is again one of the intelligence features. And also if there are, one second, I'll come there. Also, if there is any abbreviation, okay, if you're not aware of abbreviations like ITSM and JQL, or anything of that sort, right? SSO, you can just highlight that and it can immediately tell you what does that mean. So it's really intelligent, not just an artificial intelligence. That's why they call as Atlassian intelligence, AI. Yeah, Vivek. I hope that answers your.
Just to add to Girish, which feature I find personally more interesting and simple is the complex JQLs. Whenever you are writing anything like a meeting notes or something in Confluence, you can basically say which are the issues which has to be finished by next sprint. So it will basically compile a JQL for you, get those list of issues directly from Jira. And those kind of things which will take manual effort for any BA or a Scrum Master, they are not very well equipped with complex JQL. So it will make life easier for them also. Yeah.
And it's also integrated into the data lake and Atlassian Analytics, where earlier, if you have to write a SQL query and join your queries, now you no longer have to do that. You can just say, can you show me my sales reports or my ITSM reports from Q1 and compare it with last year's Q1? Then it will automatically try to get you this information. So it's lovely. I mean, you can see it live, that where it itself writes these queries on your screen. So it's one of the great breakthrough products or inventions, I would say, from Atlassian.
And how many of you using Jira Cloud already? Yeah. Jira Cloud. Yeah, you're using advanced roadmaps? Okay. So the advanced roadmaps also, I think 2 days back, they have updated as a timelines now. No, I mean, it's not anymore called as advanced roadmaps. And they have added other features also to the advanced roadmaps. So yeah. No, it's an inbuilt feature. Advanced roadmaps in our cloud is inbuilt.
So if you are on a standard, you don't get advanced roadmap. It is just a roadmap where you will only see a Gantt kind of view within your project, that single project. Advanced roadmap, you can bring in sprints, you can bring in sprints from other projects, you can club issues from 2 different projects. So you can have a proper planning, but it's not still a complete portfolio level of planning tool like how Jira Align is. You can say instance level. Advanced roadmap will help you at the instance level. Only roadmap will help you at your project level, which is only a standard feature. Advanced roadmap is a premium feature, which only comes with Jira Software Premium. If you're using Jira Align, then you wouldn't want to go back to the roadmap and try something. Yes, yes.
So basically, if you see a roadmap will be we get one Scrum board or one project, advanced roadmap at your instance level, and when it comes to the Jira line, it will club all your instances in that each. So if you have a multiple instances, you want to pull all the data at an executive level dashboard, for example, then you can in the Jira line.
Yeah. Actually, my question is, I'm a user. Okay, we have the core team who manages this Atlassian. But whenever we ask some customized thing, they will say, no, this is the standard feature of Atlassian Jira. Okay. So in that case, how we can approach you if they are saying our core team is saying no, the support core team is saying that it is standard feature like SLA or keyword defined search or keyword defined notification, this kind of thing, they say that always that it's a standard feature, we can't do anything.
So are you saying your core team, are you referring to as your IT team?
Atlassian.
Yes, but it's your team, right?
Within the organization.
Yeah.
There's a separate team. I'm the user. That's what I
Yeah. So it's at their discretion, right? It's definitely not something that we would be able to help you jailbreak your Jira instance and get those features and functionalities. But what I can help you is, create that revolution within your organization. Let's say you are from engineering or from a QA team. So let's say for an organization, there could be, several teams, right? Hundreds of teams for a large enterprise, or for a small enterprise, maybe with 3,000 employees, maybe 30-40 teams, right? Including engineering and SQA, QA teams. So what generally I would suggest is, everybody's needs are very different, right? You would say, I need X, Y, Z fields. Other person says, no, I don't want. That's too many for my engineers to skip it. Then you might say, oh, if you don't want, just ignore it, right? Don't really use it. Then he says, no, I don't even want to see on my screen, right? For my team. And then you will also have problems with respect to field values, right? But then for field values, there are contexts which you can ask the team, saying that, okay, for project A, you give these many values. Let's say there is a drop down called city, right? Project A team only wants to see 10 cities, whereas project B want to see 15 cities. So you can create contextual fields. But coming to the solution to your problem, right? So I initially told the word called revolution, which means you have to bring in your respective leadership team, okay, which can start from your manager, or it can even start from engineering VP, and then put your foot down. And this is my way of handling. So different people will have different ways of handling, right? But I'll tell you one of the successful ways what worked. So you need to ask, saying that you need to first prove that it is pain for you to work on the current environment, right? And if it's possible for you to show that because of today's configuration, it is manually taking me X minutes of my time, and I have 30 engineers. So 30 engineers into 10 minutes of their time every day, which is almost equivalent to 6 hours of wastage, non-productive time, because I'm just trying to go through Outlook, trying to find that email. All I'm asking is to change the summary line of the email, and those things, right? So now they understand. See, the senior leadership understands when you try to talk to them from the revenue point of view, right? Because of we not getting what we need, what we're asking today in a week, I'm losing, or my team is losing 15 hours or 20 hours of productivity. Then that brings that. Oh yeah, then what are we doing to fix it? So then what the next step here is to form a Jira governance or Atlassian governance team, right? So governance team is nothing but each of your, let's say 20 teams, each team will have one representative. Okay. Any new features which you are requesting, it should go to a backlog. There should be a common project for all Jira enhancements or Confluence, whatever, Atlassian enhancements. So once in a week or once in 2 weeks, this governance team, the 20 people or 15 people team, will meet over the Zoom or Teams, whatever it is. And then you'll read out, there should be one facilitator. It can be from IT team, right? Who will say, okay, this team has requested this functionality to basically add a new custom field. Now, this will all affect all your 18 different teams, because we are not going to create 20 different workflows, 20 different screens, schemes, right? We want to consolidate and make the Jira more healthier. So now you'll take a voting with these people, right? And then if somebody objects, I want to know more details, why, why they need it. Why can't they work like this? So it will give a healthy discussion, an opportunity to have a discussion within the teams. And somebody might convince someone to not to use that field at all. And he can say, last 10 years, I have been not using that field. I'm still able to pull these reports. I'm successful. It's not about field. It can be anything, process. It can be configuration, fields, reports, whatever it is, right? Anything that can impact the other team, you can discuss in those meetings. And as an outcome of those meetings, it will be fruitful for you. I bet. Okay. Maybe, today you're asking 10, none of the 10 features are being implemented. Only thing you hear from them is no. But the moment you have this governance team, you can question them. Why not? Right? Oh, I'm saying no for these things. Why not? This is the impact. This is the revenue loss I'm facing because of you not agreeing to this, or you not, giving me the functionalities what I'm asking. And eventually, this will bring the standardization of process. So this is what, in other terms, agile terms, you call as process engineering. Where you discuss, define, and then you will implement these processes which are accepted by your organization. And this is what exactly the ISO 9001, where the standard process and all those things comes into play as well. And they will define what is good for the organization, what is not. And then ISO 9001, my organization is a 9001, CMMI L3, also 13485 for medtech devices. So there are few compliances, 27001 for IT security. So we are part of it. So we have driven these processes from scratch. It was not easy, right? Because one thing is you need to drive the change and drive the change across the organization, not just your team. So somebody has to facilitate from IT, who is commonly managing these instances. If you are managing the instances as a product team or engineering team, others will have problem with you. They will think that you are biased. You are only doing changes for your team, and you're not accepting their feedback. Make sense? Thank you. So there's no right way or wrong way. So you have to start somewhere and see the results.
There's a core team who is supporting. Might be, and the strength will be more, because I myself using, I think, 4 or 5 projects for my team. Okay, 4 or 5, I think 5 projects. Yes. Okay, and we have all across the world. So we'll be having more than 10,000 projects. Who knows? Yeah, I don't have any update about the process and how core team works. Okay, so but it's a good point. I'll check.
So next event, you should call your,
one of the
other team members and tell them, come here to learn something. How do we manage processes and request forms and stuff like that. No, because Atlassian has a core product. Now, what you have done is customization within your organization, right? So somebody is managing. It's like you can't ask for a duplicate key for the home. Somebody has the key. And whenever you need to open the door, you just have to ask him. It is still possible. I'll tell you. It's like having a key for the gate of your home and then for the main door of your home. Okay. I'll just give you an analogy. There are company managed project and then there are team managed project. So for the requirement like what you're asking, you can create your own project, but then your administrator of Jira should allow you to have your own self-managed or team-managed projects. If he doesn't give you the main gate key, then you can't even think of getting inside the house. So ultimately, you need to make friends with them, be friends with them, take them for a drink. Probably, he might take few feature requests from you.
So let me ask you one question: how you approach your team? So if you need any help.
And then they will create a project for us. We'll give our requirement, okay, and they will customize according to that.
Yeah.
But some features they will say no. By using, we will have the custom requirement that we need that.
Understood. Yeah. So I can extend this conversation a little bit with my process, what we follow in ANZ. Okay. So we started Atlassian tools in 2012 in Atlassian in ANZ. Earlier, there was some other team was doing it, but we took over and we made it as enterprise. So the time we started with the 40 users, and now our user base is 46,000. Okay, total we have a 46,000 users in our Atlassian tools. So, and we completely provide solution, complete SDLC, like we have a Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, GitHub, Artifactory, Sonar, everything. So we have everything end to end, we provide a solution. So with that, and as we have a huge user base, it's very difficult. So for example, there are a lot of team, they come and says, hey, we want this text field, we want this drop down, we want some new project, right? If we create the user ask, for example, you have something, your manager or scrum master, someone ask some related questions or some custom fields. Okay, if we end up creating as an administrator, right? If we end up creating that, so your Jira will have some thousands of lakhs of custom fields. So we reuse it based on the requirement. So we suggest them. Okay, now let me go back to my process. Okay, so we are operating from 38 countries, total 38 countries ANZ is operating. And technology perspective, we have only 2 teams, which is operating from India and Australia, 2 teams. So what we have done, okay, so everyone is asking so many things and why it is not possible. Then Atlassian tools is not customizable. So we heard that kind of conversations in the leadership meeting and the town hall meetings. Then what we have done, we have formed a design council. So there is a team, okay, from each department. There is some experienced person we selected, and they will be part of a council. So total we have 20 departments in the bank. So we have a core banking, technology, operations, HR, everything. And if you want to make any changes to the Jira, right? So we will send a meeting invitation to them. We will discuss with them and we will have a vote. So if we get a majority of vote from the council, then we will implement it to the Jira system. So what happens with that? So we no need to worry about okay. And first of all, we can say, yes, we can customize anything in a Jira, and the Jira is very user friendly for the customizable, right? So if you ask in ANZ, we have all the way integrated. So we have a systems implemented on Linux. We have a systems implemented on AWS Kubernetes. Now we are migrating to the cloud. So we have all our engineers here only. Okay. So we designed that like. Okay, so same way if you form a governance team, and that is for the operations perspective, but internally the admin team, so we have a design council internally also. So if some people comes with the requirement, we'll all club together. Then we'll take it, okay, which is required. What is required for the business? So we think that perspective. Yeah. So you can contact your team if they have any design council kind of thing or governance team, maybe you can talk to them. Yeah. So most of the organizations nowadays, they're having these kind of governance teams here. Yeah. No problem. Yeah.
So we'll just break for a tea break, and let's be back exactly at 11:25. Use this time for your tea break, networking, bio break. 11:25, we'll quickly get started. And folks online, if there is anyone, you can continue to be on the phone, or you can rejoin us at 11:25. Thank you. Good morning again, folks who have joined late, and people online. So we are going to start our second part of the session now. Just giving a minute for people to settle down. I want to again thank people who have made it on a Saturday, taking out your personal time. So as of now, we are 70 people in the room. So it's a good turnout. And I want to also welcome Tamanna, who's a community manager from Atlassian. Thank you, Tamanna, for your support. Without Tamanna, this event probably wouldn't have happened. So she's the one who is supporting us on every event. So thanks, Tamanna. So now we'll move to the one of the main presentations of this event. So the topic is limitless cross-company collaboration. And I would now like to welcome Deepak Yadav, who is an integration advisor at Excelate, who is also our co-sponsors today, and then Dhiren Notani, who is an integration consultant at Excelate. So welcome, Deepak and Dhiren.
Guys.
I would let you introduce yourself, more into Excelate and what you do.
Yeah. Hi guys, how's everyone doing today? Good. Saturday, huh? Saturday mornings. I don't know how you guys get up, man. It's so tough for me to get up early in the morning, especially on a Saturday. But thank you so much for making it to the event today. And I'm sure you're going to like what you see today, right? So we're just going to start in a second. Let me. Share the screen. All right. So to start with, how many of you are aware of Excelate? All right. All right. Quite a few. I also see some people who are using Excelate internally, for example, in Dell. So thanks for joining. Now, let me start with a small video of Excelate, our culture, and what makes Excelate Excelate, right? Perfect. A little bit of music is always good. All right. So for those of you who do not know what Excelate is basically a bidirectional data integration solution that helps connect various task management, work management tools together, right? You can consider Excelate as an information highway. So if you want to share information, let's say from a Jira ticket created in Jira to either another project within the same Jira instance or to another Jira instance or to other applications that Excelate supports. Like, for example, Excelate currently supports several applications, all versions of Jira, Server, Cloud, Data Center. Then we have ServiceNow, Azure DevOps, Salesforce, GitHub, and Zendesk. And soon we're going to launch Excelate for Monday.com as well. It's in the final stages of QA testing, so should be out in a couple of months or weeks, I would say. Now, not only can you sync with Excelate internally, like within different departments, but you can also sync externally as well, like with clients, vendors, suppliers, anyone with whom you want to share information, or anyone who's raising a ticket. It could be your clients raising bugs or issues. It could be your suppliers raising requests, or it could be internal teams who want to collaborate together, like, for example, support and development teams, right? Now, I'm not sure if you guys can see this clearly, but basically we have one Salesforce instance on one side, then a Jira instance on the other. A case is created in Salesforce when they see a problem. The ticket is automatically moved to Jira, and then the people work on the ticket in Jira. The issue is resolved. A comment is posted once the issue is resolved in Salesforce. So both the teams are always in sync and always aware of what is happening on the other side, right? And this really saves a lot of valuable time, right? We did a small survey, and what we realized is, on an average, a person spends about 1 to 2 hours per day in just copy pasting the same information, right? If there can be a way for teams to collaborate together and see all of this information in real time, you won't have to do that manual work. And this is what today's session is all about. Xcelate is actually the only solution in the market that offers a decentralized architecture. What that basically means is, well, Xcelate needs to be, first of all, installed on each instance that we are looking to connect, right? But you can control each side of the integration independently of each other. So the admin of each system would always be in control of what information goes out of the system and what information comes in. Now, my colleague and friend Dhiren is going to talk more about how that can be done and how you can set those rules to kind of check what information is going out and select those rules to make sure you are only sharing what you want to share. So you can select specific fields. You can select if some information needs to go unidirectionally and the other needs to go bidirectionally. You can do that as well. And how this architecture kind of relates to security, right? Security is one of the biggest concerns, at least in today's day, right? Basically, a decentralized architecture means that there is no risk of sharing any confidential information because, of course, you are the ones who are setting the rules, right? You're the ones who are selecting what information is going out. Then there is no risk of another admin messing up the data in your system, because without your knowledge and without your permission, the other side, let's say one side is Jira and let's say the other side is Salesforce, if they are sharing something or they're asking for some information without the knowledge of the admin, it can't be done. The other side has to know what information needs to be shared, and that has to be incorporated in the backend when you set up that connection. And finally, you don't have to worry about changes in the other tools. All right, so there are different configuration modes for people who do not like to code and want more drag and drop sort of an interface. For that, we have a visual mode that basically, as I said, it's a drag and drop interface. You can pick and choose fields that you want to select, that you want to sync. And then we have the scripted mode, or as Dhiren likes to call it, the God mode. Now, this is what really unleashes the full power of Xcelate, right? Because you can write your own piece of code. And when it comes to integration, I see a lot of you here are using Jira, right? And basically, if you can write a piece of code for it, it's more or less possible to achieve in Xcelate. Right? Now, I'm going to hand the call over to Dhiren now, who's going to take you through a quick demo of Xcelate. We're going to cover a Jira to Jira local or the same instance integration today. I'll hand it over to him.
Thanks, bro. Hello, everyone. I am Dhiren. And first of all, thank you for coming on a Saturday morning, as Deepak also told. First of all, we'll see another video of how Xcelate does this integration. And then I'll show you a live demo. I'll create tickets and we'll see how that tickets moves to other side and how, let's say, updates from the other side also come back to the original place. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for watching the video. I guess you already got something. We are gonna like, what are we gonna show? Yeah. So the use case that we are gonna show, first of all, is a local integration between, let's say, one Jira instance and then multiple projects. So there could be a use case of project collaboration. Like for example, one team, let's say a product team or engineering team, is using one project, and then the other team, let's say any other team, is using a different project. Yeah, let's say the service management team or any other teams. And now if you want to collaborate between these two teams, how you can do that, that's what we're gonna see. Okay, so this is the project collaboration use case. There's, let's say, one source project, and then there's another target project. The person creates a ticket on the source project with a couple of details. Whenever you create a ticket, you give a summary, some description to it. Let's say you have some custom fields where you might write some information. You might have statuses, priority, any kind of field, or yeah, that's just it. So we'll see that we create a ticket on one side. We'll see that it synchronizes to another project with the same details. And then the team working on the other side, they will make some changes to it. Let's say that they do a status update, they write some comments to it. Yeah, and then we'll see that all those updates again come back to the source project. Yeah. Just give me a second. I need to present another screen. Okay. My bad. Just one sec. Oh, that's a little weird. It's again. Yeah, but. Okay. All right. So if you can see the screen, there are two projects here. There's one source project. The name is very easy, source project. That's something that I've created to as an identifier. And then we have another target project. So first we'll just create a ticket on one side, and then we'll see how it goes to the other side, how the integration works. And then I'm also going to show you the configuration in Excelate, how I was able to achieve this, or how I was able to set up the integration. Yeah. All right, so I'm into my source project. I'll create a task, and then yeah, so I'm just creating a ticket with a couple of fields. Some of them are very basic, like the summary, description, attachments, components. These are fields you might already use into day-to-day life. We also have fixed versions, assignee, priority, and a couple of custom fields as well. So we have a mood field. I'm feeling happy, so I just choose that. And yeah, we'll just create a ticket. All right, so our ticket is now created in the source project. If you see the screen, there's an open Excelate button here, right there, which shows you the status of synchronization of the ticket. If you just click this button, you would be able to see a sync panel, which shows the connection which is source project to target project, SP to TP, and then it shows the status of synchronization. So it is synchronized as of now, and then it would also give you a remote link to the target site. It's a clickable hyperlink. If you just click this link, it would take you to the target issue, which is created on the target side. So if you see, that's the TP7 is the number issue that got created on target. With the same details that I have given from source. So for example, the summary, description, attachments, label, custom fields and all. And this is a fully bidirectional setup. So you can imagine like you create a ticket on your side. Maybe you are an engineer or a developer, you are creating a ticket on your project. And then this ticket goes to the other side on the other project where the other team is using. And then now this ticket is received by them. And let's say they try to make some changes on this one. Let's say they change the status of that. Let's say select it for development or in progress maybe. And then they choose to add a comment here as well. Yeah. And now these changes would automatically be picked up via Xcelate and would be synchronized back to our source project. So we also have another sync panel here, which would again give you the status of synchronization and also the remote link back to the source project. We already have it open. We can just refresh this page again. And we can see that the status got changed again. So earlier it was whatever it was, it got changed to in progress. And then the comment is also added. Yeah. If you can see, it says Xcelate, who added the comment. And then in the comment itself, you see my name because I'm logged in, commented, and then followed by the body of the comment. So it's fully flexible and it's customizable. You can write your own piece of code. You can write your own logic, how you want to set that up. How I was able to set this up is again a different story. So how Xcelate works is that first of all, it needs to be installed and licensed on both the sites that you are looking to connect. So as this is just one instance, if you see the instance URL is the same instance. So I installed the product and yeah, you can just see it under the apps menu once you yeah, this is the control panel or the Xcelate panel. Once you go inside your apps, you would be able to see the panel like this. So you just need to create a connection. So yeah, the process is very easy. We'd see it in detail in the next demo as well. But yeah, in this, just need to initiate the connection, provide destination instance URL. So in my case, the destination is instance. Yeah, we just need to copy and paste the URL. Then it would ask us for configuration modes, which we also saw like a visual mode and the script mode. We also have a basic mode. And yeah, choose the, my bad, just one sec. Yeah, we need to choose the right mode. Click on the next button and just provide it some connection information. Let's say source to target. Then click on the next button and select the projects that you want to integrate. And just initiate the connection. So that will start the connection, that will initiate it. And now you can just click on the green button to configure the rules of the integration. So basically the rules of the integration determine what data or what information, what field information would be going out of one project and where do you want to map it on the target project. Let's say that you are using a custom field ABC that you are using, but there's a high chance that that might not be available on the target side. So you can send some information. You can send ABC field information from the source side, and then you can write a condition and you can map it to, let's say, DEF field on the target side. So that's how customizable it is. So at a very high level, you would see an outgoing and incoming sync. So these are the two sync processors which control the data inflow and outflow. And then in the outgoing sync, let me just make it a little bit more readable. Are you guys able to see it better now? Okay. So how it works, if you just see the right part, these are just fields from your Jira issue. So for example, the summary, description, labels, comments, and all, these get mapped into replica variable. A replica is just like a placeholder where the data gets copied over. And from here, the data comes to the incoming sync. And this is a conditional statement to bifurcate what information synchronizes where. This is actually a fresh connection. The one which I showed was a little bit customized. Let me open that connection and show you. That would give you a little bit more hint on how I was able to synchronize custom fields as well. So I had a custom field named mood and due date. It is right here, mood and due date. So there's a little different syntax to use it. So if you want to send custom fields, this is the syntax how you can use it, like this. And then in the incoming sync, you need somewhere where you can map that information to the target project. So that's where you can come here in the incoming sync and then just map it. Yeah. So yeah, that is how I was able to do this integration. And yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we can do it. So there could be different things here. Let's say, yeah. Just one second. Yeah. So there could be multiple ways how you can achieve this. Let's say that you can restrict the comment from, let's say, per user as well. Let's say that if you made a comment, then you can write the rule that if any comment is made by you, then you do not want to synchronize that. Yeah. Or let's say in certain cases, you can also block it on the role of the person, or even let's say that we can use regular expressions because this is just scripting. So let's say that you add a comment with hashtag in it, and then you have another comment which does not have an hashtag in it, and then you can write your scripting rules to identify if there's a hashtag in the comment, then send it to the other side, or then just ignore it. So yeah, there are a couple of ways how you can conditionally sync. Yeah, in JSM you have a bifurcation in comments. There's like internal comments, and then which are like work notes or which aren't really shared to the other side, and then there are public replies. So you can even choose to send work notes or not. That's absolutely up to you. But in terms of Accelerate, it's absolutely customizable. You can, yeah, just hope that answers. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah.
So
Hello.
yeah, it's a nice presentation. So when you show that it will give the hyperlink for the tickets, right? So in terms of when you have an external project, like you have to update to the customer side, I think the access is limited. So how
Then in that case, you would still see the link. But if you click on that link, it would take you to that instance. If you do not have access, then yeah, you would not be able to view the ticket. Have access, then you can log into that and then view it. But yeah, if you do not, if you are integrating with a customer externally, let's say with a different company, or high chance you might not have access to their instance, even a basic access. Yeah. So yeah, you would not be able to see the ticket.
So, I mean, it will create the hyperlink, but then the access authorization you're checking basically.
Yes. So it will still display a hyperlink and give you the number as let's say if you are using Jira and your other company who you are integrating with, they are using a different tool. Let's say if they are using, let's say, Azure DevOps or ServiceNow, it will still give that ticket number to you, right? So that at least for visibility, you know that this is the ticket it's linked. Still, if you do not have access to that instance, then you won't be able to, yeah, view the ticket on that side. Yeah.
So do you also take care of the validation? I mean, sometimes duplicate items get created. I mean, it's internal managing. So that.
Okay. So for every one ticket created in Accelerate, it will create just one ticket on the other side with one connection. Now, let's say that if you have 10 connections with the same rule, and if you create one ticket, it will still create 10 tickets because all are going with different connections. So it's absolutely up to us how we want to set the rules. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
You mentioned about the role-based field transfer, right? From source to target.
Yes.
Say for my role, some of the fields are disabled at the source level, and at the target level, it's enabled for you. That's how the business configuration is. How does this tool work in that place?
So in role-based access, you can just restrict if you want to send that information to the other side or not. Yeah. If let's say that you are sending the information to their side, and let's say they do not have the access, or let's say some particular user does not have the access, but the ticket would still be available, right? The person who has the access would still be able to see that information. And if there's Jira rules or some post functions or anything applied so that that get restricted on the other side, then yeah, that's a Jira thing then.
That's again a role-based
yeah, exactly.
enablement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
The question from you, salesperson. Actually, you talked about distributed, the standalone architecture. So I have some curiosity. I did have some questions internally to our organization, but I never got a chance. I just want to ask you that. How does it work? Basically, what are the prerequisites, and how does it handle the conflict management?
How does it handle the
conflicts?
All right, for conflict management, I'll let Dhiren talk. But then regarding the distributed architecture, if you saw the incoming and outgoing sync on one side, right, is the same on the other side as well. So this was a local sync. So you only saw one instance and different projects in the same instance. But then let's say there are two different instances involved. It could be two Jira instances. It could be Jira to ServiceNow, ServiceNow to Azure DevOps, anything. On each side, you will have an incoming and an outgoing sync. Now, the outgoing sync, those rules define what information goes out of the system, and the incoming sync defines what information comes into the system. Now, again, the outgoing sync of one system needs to be mapped to the incoming sync of the other system. Please do let me know if this gets too confusing. Yeah. So once you map the outgoing sync of one side to the incoming sync on the other side, the rules have to be the same, right? So you understand, for example,
Yes,
let's say
I got it. Yes.
Let's say you are sending description in the outgoing sync on your side, and let's say you're using Jira. Is there anyone who uses Salesforce here? For example, or ServiceNow is your DevOps. Example, you are creating a ticket and you're sending description field in your outgoing sync. Now on the ServiceNow side, in the incoming sync, you would need to set the rules to accept the description that is being sent from Jira, from Dell, right? Similarly, if you have to, let's say, share a field, can you give me a field name? Any field, priority, let's say, right? Now from ServiceNow, if you want to send priority to the Jira of Dell, then in that case, it will go in your outgoing sync, but then Dell also needs to accept it in their incoming sync, right? So that's how the distributed architecture works. It has to be a collaboration between the two admins to make sure each admin has to be aware of what information is being sent and what information is being received.
So basically, the first is the prerequisites have to be reviewed and synced up first before even establishing the integration.
Absolutely. I mean, it has to be like that, because for any integration, there has to be certain set of requirements first, right? That this is the information that we want to send, and the two parties will already, so we are expecting that the other parties would already know what information, or they would have a requirement to sync. We can always advise on use cases as we come across a lot of use cases internally, and we're going to cover some of those going forward. But then it's really important for both the parties to understand what information needs to be shared. If both of you know what needs to be shared, then it becomes easy for us also to kind of guide you that this is how this will be done. Absolutely right. So that's what it is. Field mapping is how I would put it as well.
Being the standalone type architecture, so does it have internally any local DB?
Local database?
Yes.
I would let Dhiren take that. This is too technical for me.
Complex. Yeah,
okay, I would answer all your questions. Like, first of all, you had asked about the conflict management, I guess, right? How Xcelate handles conflicts. Are you asking in terms of like updates happening in real time in multiple systems and how those reflect?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a runtime.
Awesome. Give me 1 sec. I
You
have
can give
to.
just a concept level. I don't need too much technical
Yeah, yeah.
details. Yeah.
So just to give you a hint, like there's a sync queue maintained in the backend for Xcelate, which records each and every transaction happening in real time. For example, you made an update on the sync queue on your side. And how that happens is that goes into a first come order. So it happens on the number of on the basis of the timestamp when that transaction happened. Yeah, let's say that even you made an update and then someone else also made that update. So the timestamp would be different. First, your event would get processed, and after that, the other events would get processed. Yeah, if you see the sync queue, there are 4 options here. There's outgoing sync, outgoing and incoming attachments. Let's say that if I try to make an update here, let me just add a dot. Okay. Now what would happen is ideally that there would be one event happening here in the outgoing sync. If you can see, there's one event that happened. It shows you the status and the connection name, the local issue. And then you also have option to see which type of event it is. Either it's, let's say, a create event or an update event. So if there's a new ticket created for the first time, it would show you a create event, but this was an already existing ticket and we made an update to it. So it shows update event. So that is how Xcelate kind of gets to know which transaction happens first, and then it would bring it into the outgoing sync queue. As soon as this transaction gets completed, it would be removed from the outgoing sync queue. Can you refresh it? The transaction is done. It got removed. Can you go to the target site, the second browser tab? After that. Yeah. Can you refresh it? Yeah. So you see there's a dot added. That's how the update got processed. Yeah. And if there were updates happening from the other side as well, it would still go into the outgoing sync queue. And then from there, it would again come back.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, that means basically that you have a sync queue. One has to go and look in there, and which will give us a lot of information about online and live, what is processing, where it is stuck, and whatever. That queue is the admin console where we need to go and take a look at it.
Exactly.
And
that's absolutely right.
Coming to the other question, so how are you really processing the all these sync? Do you maintain a local DB?
Okay. So whenever you install Xcelate on any site, let's say we installed Xcelate on my Jira, there's an Xcelate node created in the backend for that. Those Xcelate nodes are hosted on Google Cloud Platform as a single tenant basis, so that your information does not get shared or overlap with anybody else. That is how the architecture is. And it's not Jira communicating with Jira or Jira communicating with any other connector directly. It's the Xcelate nodes directly communicating with each other. So Xcelate nodes, they fire REST API calls to the end system, fetch the data, process them using the outgoing and incoming sync processors, and then the data reaches to the other side.
So that means it's a node created on the, along with in the same Jira server. It's just like an agent.
It's so Xcelate is a plugin that you can install from the marketplace.
It's not created in the Jira server. It's being created on Xcelate Cloud, which is hosted on Google Cloud Platform. So there is an option in case you want to host Xcelate internally on your servers on premise. So there is an option to install Xcelate on Docker as well.
Oh, okay. So it's an
so in that case, the Xcelate node will be hosted in your premises, in your infrastructure, and you will be managing the maintenance of that node.
Okay. So that's a separate host.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right. So it will have its own DB as well, in that case.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you. That answers.
For more information on this, you can also refer to the security and architecture white paper that we have. I think, I'm sorry, Murli also had a question as well. Sorry.
Yeah, hi. As this is a plugin, I had one question if it is compatible with other plugins. Like if you have fields which are from other plugins, like a multi-cascading field or a dynamic field, is it compatible?
So it does not support it out of the box, but as it's like Groovy scripting, if the other plugin provides open endpoints, then you can make REST API calls and then transfer your information.
Okay, so we have to write a code.
Yes, the best part is that the Groovy scripting engine that Xlate provides, you can use HTTP client, which can make API calls to the other systems or other plugins, fetch information, and then you can put it into a replica variable, how I showed you, and then you can sync that information to the other side, and the other side, they can receive it, and then you can have a bidirectional sync of that field.
Okay, thank you.
If we look at the error management part of it, there should be two. One is the front-end error management where the user would know and would be convenient working with the error management system, and then there would be a backend, right? How do you differentiate between the two using this tool?
So we have a dedicated error management system or one option, which we are going to show next. That's what was the next topic for this presentation. So yeah, there are high chances you might get error in your first sync itself, because the fields on both the sides, the project configuration might be different on your side and the other team that you are collaborating with, even with different systems as well. If you forget about Jira to Jira, but let's say if you are integrating with other tools, those tools might use their own thing. They have their own fields and their own processes. So yeah, there's a high chance you might get error. But the best part is that you can actually see what the error is, the payload of information that is coming from the other side, and then it gives you an error message. And there are ways how you can debug that and then troubleshoot and then just resolve those errors. Yeah. Just give me one sec.
Also, Murli, to answer your question, the error handling is not on the front end. So it's the Jira admins, for example, or rather this, I shouldn't say Jira, it's system admins would be the ones who will be handling the errors. They will be the ones who will be. And I think one of the reasons why that is like that, the admins have access to the entire functionality or the console of Xlate. It's more relevant for bigger organizations, to be honest. For example, if you have, let's say, 5,000 users, right? If you give that access to everyone, then they can make any changes at all, but that will impact everyone, right? So to make sure that there are not as many errors, that's the reason why it is like this.
Same error message. For the same use case, I should see the same error message, be it my organization or be it some other organization. So, the endpoint is your user help system will be uniform. Let's say one type of error is for one particular use case. Yeah. So.
Let's, if you want, we can see an example in real time how the error, I can deliberately try to generate an error and then we can see how to resolve that as well. Okay. Let's say that I am into my incoming sync and I made a mistake. I'm just writing mistake because it won't consider it. So yeah, that is a mistake. And then let's publish it and let's try to make another update this time. Okay. All right, I made another change. And yeah. Now, if we go to the errors tab here and refresh it, we would be able to see there's an incoming script error which says no such property found, mistake, because yeah, that's nothing. Okay, and it shows you on which line the error is. And then apart from that, you have three other options here, which provides you the complete details of the error along with the stack trace as well. This is mostly used for developers, so I don't think, yeah, you can do a lot of things here. But the best part is that it also shows you an option. It gives an option for seeing this remote replica. So you can see what is the payload that is coming from the other side. So it would give you, okay, just give me one sec. We'll see that again in the other integration because it's a local integration. It doesn't not show that, but the best part is that it shows you on which line it is. You can just go to the configuration again, just remove the error, and then again just resolve it, and then we can see that the changes would be done on the target side. And how the user would see is that he would see if they go to the there's an error. So the status is right now into error. As soon as it gets resolved, that again would be synchronized and the update would again flow back. So that's how would.
Hello. I
Any
have one
more
scenario.
question? Yeah.
One. Actually, I have one scenario. You said actually from Jira to or to source to destination one-to-one integration, right? One
Yes.
ticket to one. But actually, I have a similar bug is raised by the or similar incident is raised. Okay. The other side, I am actually raising a what is that one development for the engineering team. For each incident, I don't want to create this one. Then how can actually
Okay. In these cases, we can link multiple tickets with one ticket.
Yes.
Let's say that there are multiple customers facing the same issue,
Yeah.
and then you already have a Jira bug log. Why to create duplicates?
Correct.
You can just link it to the same ticket. So, sorry for this. Yeah, so there's one option in Excelate. So there are to manually sync a ticket. We can click on the Excelate option here. But if you want to connect it to, let's say, an existing ticket on the other side, we can use the connect option and then provide the issue key of the target system. And that would connect multiple tickets.
No, actually, we would have actually did the rule set right already. Then automatically it will create. Then we have to manually go and do that one.
Yes. So we can also set, so this, what I was showing you is creating a new ticket on the other side. It's a fresh ticket. So for that, we have manual way and automated way to do that. The manual way is you click a button on Excelate and then you can select your connection and that would create a new ticket. How automation works is there is a concept of triggers in Excelate, which work on JQL, Jira Query Language, which is used to search for issues. You can provide your JQL, and if the ticket matches that filter, then it would automatically synchronize it to the other side.
No, actually, I established the connection and it is automated. Okay. Initially, first somebody logged the incident, then the corresponding development request is created on the other side at the destination. When the one more person come and do the same incident, okay, then the system should be automatically identify there is already incident. It will not create one more ticket. It should be automated, not manually do.
Yeah. So what I think can be done, like one approach that I see here is that maybe you create a custom field on your Jira page, which says maybe you can just populate the field with the remote ID or the target system ID where the bug is already logged. You can just copy and paste that ID, and then you can set your rules in Excelate such that it does not create another ticket. But what it does is that it tries to find if there's a ticket existing on the other side with the same ID, and then it would just link those tickets and not create another one.
Which ticket ID will put it in the destination side?
The bug ID. Let's say that there's one system where you have customers, let's say 10 customers facing the same issue. The first customer logged a ticket on his system. Let's say they are using any other system, let's say Salesforce. That ticket created a new ticket on Jira. Now there is one ticket already created in Jira. You copy the ID of that ticket and paste it into the other 9 tickets that you want to create. Now what it will do, it will not create 9 other tickets. It will just create all the 10 tickets linked with the one ticket. Is this what you wanted?
Actually, some webinar or somewhere. Actually, I saw an Excelate webinar or somewhere. Actually, he said for the service now or something. He said it's automatically detects that one. It will not create one more ticket. It will stop it. Okay, so it will not create multiple development tickets to the engineering team because already the similar bug is raised. That is what I am seeing.
Okay,
that actually I didn't see. Maybe I need to see the document again.
In detail, actually. Thank you. What we can do is we can set up a call, a technical call, of course, and we can understand, first of all, we would need to understand the exact requirements, right? It can definitely be done. The thing is that you can, as Dhiren mentioned, right, you can customize the entire flow of the script. And if you already foresee situations like this happening, you can put in conditions in your rules, the scripting rules that we just saw. in there, if you preset those conditions, that situation would not happen. So if you foresee a certain situation already, you can handle it even before it happens. So there can be multiple ways to go around one problem. And when we have more time, we can discuss that, definitely. Not an issue. Absolutely. Yeah, we can discuss that. Right. All right. So we have any more questions regarding the local sync in Jira? All good? All right. Perfect. So now we are also going to see Xcelate can be utilized for multiple use cases. In the last 1.5 years that I've been here at Xcelate, I have literally seen thousands of use cases, and every use case is different, but we have broadly classified the use cases into 3 major categories right now. So just to understand the audience here, you guys use other platforms as well, apart from Jira, like ServiceNow, Salesforce, Azure DevOps, GitHub, or Zendesk, right? At least one of these platforms are being used internally. Now there can be different use cases to integrate, and there can be Xcelate can integrate any of these platforms in any permutation and combination. So you can even set up a sync between, let's say, Jira and ServiceNow, or a 3-way sync between Jira, ServiceNow, Salesforce, and make it even more complex. I know some of my clients are actually using Xcelate for integrating various platforms. So for example, the support team using Jira, the development team using GitHub or Azure DevOps, and ITSM is either managed in JSM or ServiceNow or Zendesk. Generally, these are the tools being used, right? So some of the most common use cases that we come across would be the support and development use case. So an issue is raised, the support team, L1 support generally is in the ITSM itself. So for example, if a client is raising a ticket in ServiceNow, L1 support generally sits or uses ServiceNow itself, or Zendesk or JSM for that matter. And then the development team is sitting in another system, right? So for example, Murli, you're using Jira, right? And I'm sorry, sir, what's your name? Srinivas. And Srinivas, you're using ServiceNow, yeah? And JSM, all right? Let's do Jira and JSM then. So let's say that actually, it generally is in the same instance, but if we consider, let's say JSM is a different instance, Jira is a different instance, support team is using JSM, and the development team is using Jira, right? So a ticket comes into you with you. Now, how would you generally share that ticket with the other team to another instance? If you have to share information internally, how do you generally do that? You copy paste the details from that particular ticket to another, either in your internal channel, in Teams, in Slack, any or emails, right? These are the standard. Anyone else uses any other way? Automation or
that could basically create a new issue in other project development project.
These are 2 different instances of Jira. Can you still do that?
So basically, it's like a Jira service now.
Sorry. Exactly. We're talking about 2 different instances. That's why I actually wanted to take another instance instead of Jira. So let's assume, sorry. Right. So he will be taking you through a Jira ServiceNow use case, but to give you an idea, again, I'll come back to Murli. So Murli uses Jira, you're using ServiceNow. I'm sorry, what's your name? Geeta. Hi, Geeta. So you're using ServiceNow, a client comes in for any support ticket that is logged, IT issues. Right. And these support tickets are being raised by your clients, I'm assuming, or do you use internally? You use internally. So you're using ServiceNow to create internal incidents for support issues. And how are you identifying those support issues? Okay, perfect. So now that you've created an incident, let's say that your dev team is using Jira. So if you want to share that information to Murli, all you have to do is install Xcelate on both the sides, of course, on the ServiceNow side and on the Jira side. And then you can set up the rules. So every time an incident is created, and you can set either do it manually or you can set automations. Dhiren will be discussing triggers soon. So you can set triggers and they can be on different things, right? A trigger can be on labels. So for example, when you select a particular label, the ticket is automatically created and sent to Murli so that his team can work on resolving that issue. Now, once the ticket is created on the Jira side, let's say Murli's team fixed the issue. How would you get to know about it? Right? So it's a bi-directional integration. There can be two ways to do this. Either a comment is, let Murli's team, let's say they put a comment there on the Jira side. That comment is automatically updated to you guys, to the ServiceNow same incident that you had created. And you'll get to know that, okay, this issue is now fixed. Or you can also do a one-to-one status mapping as well. Now, as I understand, the statuses in Jira, the statuses that Murli's team is using would be different from Geeta's team, right? You would have different statuses in ServiceNow, you would have different statuses in Jira. But with Xcelate in the scripting, you can map those statuses one-to-one. So let's say in progress on your, in progress on your side can map to in development on your side, and closed on your side can map to closed on your side, or any other status, right? Yes.
In the normal process, once the Jira status change happens, there is a mail that is triggered to all the people who are in the Jira ticket, like who are watching the Jira ticket.
Yes.
And I guess that's the same. We use ServiceNow, but it's like sporadically. But Jira is the main tool. So is there a way that you say, like how you mentioned now, in progress or in development, during in the mail when you send it from the tool to all the stakeholders across several teams, is it that you say that in Jira this is a status change and in ServiceNow something like that?
So Xcelate does not send any emails. That's a system functionality.
But Jira sends once there is a. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if do you know how that works?
So you can set up Jira notifications for that. What Xcelate will do, it will just change the value of that field. So if you have a you have set up notifications such that if the status gets changed to in progress, it will notify all the team members. What Xcelate will do, it will change the status, let's say from new to in progress, and then you can use the Jira notifications to notify that. So you can set up Xcelate notifications, but those are just error notifications. In only if there's a case when a synchronization breaks due to some reason, if there's an error in the synchronization, then you can get an email saying that this is the error, this is the stack trace, go to that and fix it. So yeah, that is something that you can set up.
Yeah, maybe we can see the other features also. Maybe in the last we can have a questions and then we can have a discussion. Yeah.
Absolutely. So as I was saying, support and development is one of the most common use cases. Then there is service management. For example, if anyone here is into the service industry, providing services to multiple clients, Xcelate is perfect. Your clients would, of course, need to set up Xcelate, but then you won't have to communicate to and fro on emails or any other channels. They can create a ticket in their system, which you will get on your side and work on it. And similarly, cross-company integration. Now, this is important. This is something that I guess almost everyone comes across in a daily scenario, right? You have to, it's either clients or suppliers, vendors, different people that you have to work with. And some of them are consistent, right? Someone that you're working on a daily basis outside your organization. But if they're using any of the tools that Xcelate supports, you can set up an integration with them and it'll work seamlessly like we just saw right now. So I believe we have already discussed these use cases in detail. If you have any questions, we will talk about these again in the Q&A round. All right, just give me a sec. Perfect. So now we are going to see integration between Jira and ServiceNow, and we'll try and relate all these three use cases to that integration, right? I'm going to hand it back to Dhiren.
Thanks, bro. Just give me one sec. Yeah, all good. Okay. So, okay, I need to log in. Just one sec. Yeah. This is the ServiceNow system. I just need to log in. Just give it a minute. Awesome. So in this demo, we'll be seeing an integration between ServiceNow and Jira. So assuming that ServiceNow is used for ITSM, where we can create an incident or any other tickets as well. So Xlate supports any kind of table from ServiceNow. It could be incident, change requests, problems, tasks, even agile module, stories, anything. Yeah. And then we will see that how an incident gets created in ServiceNow, then it synchronizes to Jira as an issue, as a bug. And then any updates made from the Jira team, how those come back, and the collaboration between the teams. So for that, again, I have used the Xlate configuration. And then I've already set up my rules, which we can also see post the demo. Okay. All right. So many of you might be aware about this page. You might have seen this before if you are used to ServiceNow, but this is just a UI where we can create a ticket. It's very similar to how we open Jira issues. We need to provide some information to this. The short description is something like a summary on the Jira, and then description, and then you have other fields which we can populate. Okay, so I'll be populating a couple of fields like the short description. We'll be syncing attachments, comments, statuses, priority, even user fields like assign to. So assign to is very similar to assignee on Jira. It's the person who will be responsible to work on that ticket. All right, so we have already created our ticket in ServiceNow. Yeah, so I've configured two fields here. There's one correlation ID field and a correlation URL field. Once the ticket is synchronized on Jira, I've set a function such that it will synchronize some information back in ServiceNow, which will populate these two fields. So here you would be able to see the Jira ticket ID, and here you would be able to see the entire URL of the Jira issue. Once it gets synchronized, it would take a couple of seconds. The time to take, like the time, how much it takes for a ticket to synchronize to the other side, it depends on a couple of factors, like the network connectivity as well between the systems. As it's like a cloud to cloud system, it won't take long, but then also the payload of information that you are trying to synchronize to the other side. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see now, there's this information. So ease-20, that's the ticket number. I'm using ease project on my Jira site, and this is the entire URL of the Jira ticket. As soon as we go to the other side, and let me refresh this page and open the ticket. It was ease-20. Okay. All right. So see that the short description of the Jira ticket, it has created a new bug inside this here. Also the assignee incident number here, it would be coming up. Just one sec. Yeah, and along with that, there's the complete ServiceNow URL. If you click that link again, if you have access to the other system, it would just take you back to ServiceNow on the same ticket. Yeah. And then this integration, it's fully bidirectional. Let's say that once it comes to the Jira side, the other team who's working on the Jira tickets, they can again continue to make comments, do updates on the state, on the ticket, basically like updating the state, and that's required. That would automatically be synchronized back to the ServiceNow ticket. Let's see that as well. Okay, one more thing. So where if we have, let's say, S or that information, so we are bringing that. So that's like an advanced use case that it will just come up. Yeah. So if you can see, this is the SLA definition. There could be a lot of SLAs which could get breached, but right now I've just opened the ticket. So it has like one record. But as soon as if we go to Jira as well, there's a custom field that I have created on the Jira side, which is synchronizing this information to Jira. There's a delay of 1 or 2 seconds. Yeah, if you can see, this SLA info contains the name of the SLA, the breach time, and the status as well. So if there are more SLAs kind of breached, then you would be able to see that information on Jira as well. And now let's say that the Jira team, they try to do some update. Let's change the status. Let's change the status from in progress to, let's say, done. So the ticket is now closed on the Jira side. And then let's say let's first close the status. Let's see if the status gets changed on the other side as well. So let's go to our ServiceNow incident and just wait for it. Yeah, so you see that the state is now resolved on the ServiceNow side, which is equivalent to done on Jira. And then there are other fields as well, which are populated. These are populated via scripting. So ServiceNow does not allow you to directly close a ticket. There's some resolution information or some close notes that you might need to populate, like the cause here, which is a known error, and then it has been closed permanently. So let's again change it back. Let's say that the ServiceNow team thinks that it's not resolved. Let's say that they again push it back to new state, and let's save it again. Absolutely. 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 So, so how the assignee mapping works, those are just user fields, right? So to sync user fields, the user must exist on the target system as well. Let's say I'm Dhiren. My user is there on ServiceNow, but I do not have a valid user on the Jira side. Then my user won't be synced. But there's a workaround to that. You can create a custom field, a text type custom field. So at least for visibility, you know which person was assigned on the ServiceNow side. If you have valid users with matching email addresses, then Xcelate can do that automatically. It can pick if the user is there or not, and then it can just synchronize it. Yeah. Yep.
Once the ticket is in resolved state, we have a button there, right? On the right corner, resolve.
Yes.
Yeah, that should be disabled automatically. Is it?
I think it just depends on the environment as well. This is like my demo environment that I have, but in production environments, generally rules or there's another term to that, but those are configured such that you can do all the things. Okay, let's go back to Jira, and let's refresh it. All right, so now it again got changed back to in progress. Let's say that we again change something, we add a comment. Now this comment would automatically be added on the ServiceNow ticket as well. Let's refresh it again. So here's the comment. You can see that it shows the name of the user we can even display the email address of the user and followed by the body of the comment. So there's a lot of things that we can do, and we can do a lot of customizations as well. If you somebody asked if we do not want to synchronize all the comments, but let's say only selected ones. So that's also something that we can do via regex or maybe via groups or something. So that's also something that we can do. Now let's say on the Jira side, you can have a parent-child relationship as well. Let's say if you create a task, you can create subtasks inside that. That would become, and on the ServiceNow side as well, you have such kind of relationship between incidents and incident tasks. So that's you can consider it's like the usage is same, but the systems are different how it works. Yeah. Now let's say that we create a new incident task, which is a child entity inside the incident, and we'll see that how it creates a subtask under the bug that was originally created against this incident. Yeah. All right. So if you can see the screen now, there's one incident task created. It's a different entity type. It's not incident. It's a child inside that task. If we just open that, we would again be able to see a full-fledged UI of the task where we can write our information, like again the details of it, like short description. We can provide it assignee and work notes as well. Now, if we go back to Jira side, and let me refresh this. Okay. Yeah, if you're able to see it now, there's a subtask created on the Jira side, which is ideally the incident task, which was linked to the parent. But the thing is that the parent-child relationship is maintained here. So if we open the task, again, we would be able to see all the details, the ServiceNow task number, and then again the URL back to ServiceNow. Yeah. So yeah, that was what I wanted to show. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming to this child-parent relationship, sometimes when a defect require different task for the different project, I mean team-wise, so that also will be maintained as a task here, or how?
Okay, in ServiceNow, the linkages are not very standard. In Jira, you have relates to relationship, blocks relationship, all kind of relationships, right? In ServiceNow, you do not have that. But with Xlate, you get the flexibility to choose what type of relationship you want to maintain between the defects and bugs or tasks.
Okay. No, I mean, when a defect a customer raise, sometimes 2-3 teams has to work. So they create their respective bug or defect in their project. So that relation, it won't be like child task, but unless these 3 bugs will not be closed from 3 projects, that root defect will not be closed. So
Right. Okay. So for that, like, what's your question? How we sync those tasks, or how we?
Correct.
So defects can be synchronized normally. Like, let's say that there are 3 teams that they create 3 different versions of defects on a specific thing that they are working on. Right. In Xlate, you can set up your rules, which of them needs to synchronize or when they need to synchronize. Let's say that we can choose to synchronize that defect only when all the subtasks or the child defects are completed 100%. So the status, if the status is like done on the main ticket, then we chose to synchronize that information. Yeah, because if let's say one of them is in progress, or let's say one of them is not in done state, then the parent ticket won't be in the done state or in the closed state, right? It would still be open.
that needs to be maintained in the rule. I mean, managed from the rule set of rule while we are.
We can create a trigger for that. Let me show you quickly. Yeah. So here, just a sec. Yeah. So here, if we go to connections, let me show you the Jira side. You would be more familiar to that. Let's say now I edit my connection. I have triggers here, which show me what kind of information or when it would synchronize to the other side. Yeah. How this trigger is created, it's based on JQL in Jira. And then if you want to create it on ServiceNow, then you can use the ServiceNow UI filter. Yeah. So let's say that we only want to synchronize the defect when the status is in done state. Yeah. And not all the defects should be synchronized. Write a very simple JQL like this. Now, what this will do is that this will only synchronize those bugs inside that project which have the status done. Yeah. If your subtasks or the child entities, if they do not, if they are not in done state, then they won't be synchronized. That parent will not be synchronized. So you can choose what information goes and yeah.
So, okay, next question would be when the defects is a resolved or removed state. So synchronize works or again, I mean, the rule it is customized.
Yeah, so that status is being synchronized from the rules. Okay, let me show how I was able to set the status transitions between these two. So let's say if you are now able to see the tools here. Now what I've done is a one-to-one status mapping. Now let's say that these statuses are the remote statuses which are coming from ServiceNow. ServiceNow has statuses like new, on hold, in progress, resolved, closed, and cancelled. Yeah, but my Jira does not have those states. Jira is using a different workflow because everybody uses a different workflow. Let's say we have these statuses, so we can just map it one-to-one. Let's say if the status is new on ServiceNow, it would be mapped to backlog. If we have on hold, then selected for development and so on. And we can synchronize multiple statuses to one status as well. Yeah.
My question is when the task is in the removed or resolved state, means it is closed. If someone is trying to update a comment or description, will it get synced to the ticket or it will be stopped?
So if Jira allows you to do that, then it would be possible with Accelerate as well. But if you have set up some rules such that if the ticket once closed, no update possible, then it won't be done via Accelerate as well.
Okay.
Yeah? You can consider these two systems as master systems, and then Accelerate only follows what could be allowed via these systems. Yeah? If Jira does not allow a certain thing, then it won't be possible with Accelerate as well.
In case in the project name got changed and your ticket, I mean, that syncing is happening, right? So if the project is changed, so in the rule, it needs to be updated.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, passing it back.
All right, guys. So, well, if you do want to discuss more, please feel free to reach out to me directly and we can set up a call and discuss or answer any questions that you have. Definitely with you, Srinivas, right? We'll certainly set up a call and we'll talk about your use case in detail. It's quite interesting, actually. And any other questions? Anyone? So what we saw today, because of time restraints, we could only show you integration between Jira and ServiceNow, but the same UI it exists on each and every system, right? So similar integration can happen between Jira and Azure DevOps, Jira and Salesforce, Salesforce and Azure DevOps, or GitHub, Zendesk. Any permutation and combination of these systems and integration can be set up. The UI would remain more or less the same. The configuration or the scripting part would remain more or less the same. But of course, the system dependencies would definitely be there, right? The field names could be different and priorities could be different. But at the end of the day, the integration would look exactly like what we saw right now, right? Okay. We also Excelate works with a lot of partners around the globe, and here in the APAC region, Girish, MG TechSoft is our biggest partner. And thank you so much for helping us set up this event. Always a pleasure working with you, man. So you can always reach out to our partners as well if you need more information, and they'll be more than happy to assist you. Thank you. That's all for today.
I want to thank today's sponsor. Our key sponsor is Atlassian. And again, our community manager, Tamanna, and also our co-sponsor, Excelate, for getting us the speakers and wonderful topic in the session. And also I want to thank all the co-community leaders, and especially you for taking out your personal time on the weekend and, gathering here for the knowledge sharing session or learning. And thanks for all those questions. So if you have follow-up questions, you can directly contact them.